Welcome to Bring It Gaming UK presents Where's Next with Ben and Paul.
Yes, it's the show where we talk about a game series, a franchise, and where we think it should go next.
Yes.
What we'd like to see from a sequel or a bunch of sequels, a whole site change. Today we're going to be talking about Red Dead Redemption because obviously they've announced Red Dead Redemption 2, which kind of always knew was coming. Yeah. We finally got the shortest trailer ever.
I know.
Which
it showed nothing.
It showed nothing
at all.
Every gaming site ever is like poured over that trailer and be like, oh,
well, you see a rabbit in this bit.
It's got extreme dog animation.
Yeah, because that's what you want.
A dog growling, mate.
Yeah.
Like amazing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
A couple of vultures.
It sounded like it's something new, and you're like, wasn't that like coyotes and stuff in the first game? It's not hugely.
Like a Kardashian had broke the internet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing happened, but everyone was talking about it. It was
the thing is, as well as being huge gamers, we were so hyped. Like a lot of people were. I was waiting. I was literally sat like
refresh.
Like it was like, come on, Rockstar. I was actually on Rockstar's YouTube page, pressing refresh. Then it came up. I was like, come on, come on.
It's 1 minute past 4. You're playing that.
Yeah. And then I was just like, watched it, and I was like, oh. Like, usually when I watch a trailer, I immediately watch it again.
Yeah.
Just like, alright, that was my first one. And I was just like,
I've seen it all,
That wasn't a trailer.
Oh, look, forest.
I know.
A dog. Coyotes again.
I felt like, you know, like, if you're like an investor in a game and you go into the studio to see what they're doing and they're like, oh, we've got some nice landscapes.
Well, this is the land.
What are you doing? They're like, oh, well, I basically just make interiors. And because that's it.
Yeah. Well, it was all exteriors and was cowboys in there somewhere, maybe possibly a cowgirl in the trailer. And why is it called Red Dead Redemption 2 if it's a prequel?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, fair enough, it's called that, but like, could it not be called something cool like Red Dead Redemption Revenge or the Revengeing? Oh, that's cool.
Just something that begins with R.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people did expect, because obviously there was the original Red Dead Revolver, and then Red Dead Redemption wasn't a sequel, it was like a spiritual successor, because all the characters in the first game were kind of reimagined in the second game, weren't they? But I think it's because obviously Red Dead Redemption is the one that did, you know, it went huge, didn't it? It was like a huge phenomenon, and people still to this day, me included, love that game.
Yeah, brilliant.
And I think it was like, it's brand recognition, isn't it? It's like, people know what Red Dead Redemption is.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if you said, oh, Red Dead Revenge, some people would be like, what?
Well, what's that? Well, it's like, a game where
you know what I mean? The game, I'll know that, but the thing is that they're always going to every company is going to target the casuals. Yeah. And a casual is going to be more susceptible to a sequel.
Filthy casuals.
Yeah, filthy fucking console casuals.
That's us.
Which is still
we don't have gaming PCs. Don't judge us.
But yeah, I mean, the point of the show is where we think it should go next, or where we think it might be going next.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, the first game, spoilers.
Yeah.
Obviously, John Marston died.
What?
Say
what?
And then he played as his son, Jack.
Yeah, I know.
Which
work you damn nag. That's all he said when you were riding a horse.
He looked
12-year-old boy pretend to be a cowboy, like Carl from
Johnny
Depp.
Yeah, he looked like a young Johnny Depp. Like he did. That was the thing, is like John Marston looked lived in and gruff and badass, didn't he?
And the voice actor was brilliant. I love the voice acting. He did the best job in any game ever for me, because I just loved him. And when he died, I was like, well, I know I'm doing that again. I obviously made a mistake. I tried to shoot them all, and I was like, no, John, no.
I must have retried it like about 20 times.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do I keep dying?
Yeah. This is bullshit.
What annoyed us though, when I finally resigned myself that, oh, you're meant to die here, was that the people who, like, you could actually shoot the two marshals, who were like, you know, the bane of your life.
Yeah.
You could actually kill them with Deadeye coming out the bomb, but then in the cutscene they were still alive. I'm like, well, why is that? I killed them.
It was just a sci-fi game though, isn't it? They're Terminators. Yeah. That's liquid metal.
Turns out what it is,
Yeah.
So where do you think the series is actually going to go, like, in terms of story and setting?
Yeah. Well, personally, I think it's going to go the same way Grand Theft Auto 5 did. I think you're going to have multiple protagonists, maybe more than 3. It could be the whole 7. Do you know
Yeah, because I mean, that's the one thing we did see in the trailer, was we did see a gang of cowboys.
Yeah.
And the poster as well. The poster shows the silhouettes
of the 7. So yeah, I mean, I think that's
7 might be a bit a lot though.
Yeah. I mean, if it is the 7, I hope like you're one of them and then they die, that would be cool, because I'd like to play the character, then they die, and then blah 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 blah. But I think you're going to either have 3 characters,
yeah,
or you're going to be able to play as a 7, which sounds ridiculous, but I think that could be a possibility. It's Rockstar that always do something to blow your mind.
I would like to see, like if you're working in, say, a gang, remember on The Lost and the Damned for GTA 4, where you drive the bike and you had driving formation. They've added it recently on the bike at DLC. Yeah. It would be cool if you had that with your horses, so you had to like ride in formation on your horses and stuff like that. Yeah. I would like, if you do have to switch between characters, I would like there to be like a more reason to be certain characters, like not just a storytelling reason, but like an actual practical reason, because the difference between like 3 characters in GTA was they all had their little perks, didn't they?
Yeah.
So like Trevor could go into rage mode where he was indestructible for a few minutes while the screen throbbed and he was angry. It was weird.
Yeah.
And Franklin could slow down time while driving, and what's it called? Michael.
It was just pretty much the Max Payne gun time for Michael.
And he had bullet time, didn't he? Yeah. So he could slow down time. But I would like if you could like have a combination of that, but maybe eyeing it more towards like a class based system. Yeah. So like maybe you've got like, if you're doing a heist, you've got a guy who's good at demolitions. So he'll go set up dynamite around part of the map to maybe, I don't know, blow up a bit of a canyon so it stops the train. And now the train's tracks are covered in rubble. The other ones can go and rob it. And
yeah. You know, well, I mean, I wanted to be you're a proper cowboy, because John Marston, although he was a cowboy, he wanted out of the life.
Those days passed, really, haven't they?
I want to be in the middle of it. Even if we're John Marston again, I want to be, I'm a ruthless cowboy, robbing banks and train robberies and stuff. That's for me.
Do you think we'll get John again?
I think we might, because a lot of people are saying, these analysed videos of the trailer where they make a 40-minute video. And
frame by frame.
Frame by frame. Apparently some of them resemble, like John Marston and Bill and stuff, and Bonnie as well, because there's a female cowboy. Yeah. Cowgirl. But
He-she.
Yeah.
Cowshin.
Yeah. But I think personally that if it is, I think it should be John Marston. You should be those 3 characters.
Yeah.
And it should be about them, wanting to be rich and live out their life and stuff like that. I don't want it to be where he's now the good guy. I want to be a bad cowboy.
Yeah.
Even if it's a cowboy.
How would it end though? He just like meets his missus and decides to...
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you could be a sheriff and a cowboy. That would be quite cool. Because then you've got both ends of the spectrum, evil and good. And obviously we know John becomes like the good guy in Red Dead Redemption, but I would like to be able to play a bad guy, because Trevor was a bad guy.
There was even in the first game, there was like subtle moral choices. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see a deeper morality system.
Definitely.
I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe like Fable-esque, but less cheesy.
The setting.
Bigger. Much bigger.
Yeah. I'd be happy with the same map, but with more places in it. Like, the same place, sorry, not the same map. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because obviously you had the trains and stuff, and then at the end of the game you had the car. So obviously, it needs to be a prequel, because you're not a cowboy if you're in a car.
Yeah. I would like it if, like I say, it was the big thing that I went back obviously and played it when it came on backwards compatible.
Yeah.
And it was that whole thing of, nostalgia had clouded what the game actually was in my mind, because I was like, in my mind, I'm like, Red Dead, and everyone will say it, and it is an amazing game, and I haven't really got a bad word to say about it in terms of, you'd be wrong to say it was a bad game, but going back and playing it, there was some stuff that niggled us, and there was like, sometimes it wasn't always great to have to travel a long way on a horse, and I was like, yeah, well, it was the 1900s, actually, was it the 1800s? Or?
Yeah.
It was actually, no, it was the 1900s.
1900s it was, yeah.
But it's just like, I know, but it's that whole thing of it, it's a game versus realism. Sometimes I don't want every ounce of realism.
Yeah,
exactly. You know what I mean? I don't have to stop my character to have a wee, what I mean? Just because...
That's too much,
I don't have to drink water every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Exactly, you know what I mean, though? It depends what you're looking for in that experience, and for me, that was kind of... But... I don't think they can break that up any other way, because, like you say, outside of the train, there's not going to really be a super. Mm-hmm. There was like a minimal fast travel system in it, but which kind of but what I would prefer is to still have to make that journey, but the journey be far more interesting.
Yeah, more stuff in the world.
More stuff in the world happening. Like I did, because obviously it was the first one of them of Rockstar's open world games to have where you run along and something random happens events, and a random event pops up and you have to. And I love that, and I just think. Obviously, it's like anything, build on it. So what they did was great. They started off great, but gave a huge more variety. Like I still want I even want the same missions we kind of had. I still want to like have a woman lure us over while some guys try and rob us and stuff like that.
Definitely.
I want to see that stuff. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I just want more of it, because it is great, because that Yeah. those little moments, you're like, wow, that's...
Yeah, I mean, I want it in the Wild West at its wildest, do you know what I mean? So I want that. I want stagecoaches to be robbed while we drive past, like while we're on the horse driving past. I think that would be brilliant. And I think, like, you know, if you take it back a good 20 years, I think that would do it service. And with the setting being like it was, I mean, there was Indians and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
I would love to have Indians as part of combat.
Ambushing and stuff like
that.
I
want bows. I'm always for bows in every game. Every game,
definitely.
I can't think of a game that wouldn't be good with the bows. You know, Tetris with bows.
Yeah, Tetris would be cool.
Just amazing.
Yeah. You know? It's like the same thing with zombies. Every game
exactly.
with zombies.
Well, you know what I mean? We'll discuss that. Because this game
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, that could be such an interesting thing, and they could add that to be really brutal and visceral. You know what I mean? Like, just look at the film The Revenant. Like how much a brutal journey that film was. Imagine getting to like live some of that, because I mean, obviously the game had bears.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
but a bear kind of just run up and claw you. Imagine it was like a huge.
Yeah.
A game that I think did bears quite well was the Tomb Raider remakes.
Yeah,
like they made bears feel big and powerful and kind
scary
of brutal.
stuff. Scary
and
stuff.
that could be a great, you know.
Yeah,
I agree. If you get too high up in the mountains.
Yeah,
cougar comes and
maybe
make it more interesting how they actually get you off your horse and things like that.
Yeah, I think it should be in the locations, because I think there should be the map should be bigger, and you should be able to swim for a start. But I think there should be animals in certain areas. So if you do climb a mountain, you get bears and you get stuff like that. And I think there should be coyotes, obviously, still and stuff, and rabbits. I enjoyed all that because again, it brought some realism to the game. And I just think, you know, if it does go back, say, 20 years, that you should have, you know, Indians, and you should have, like you said, a lived-in world. And to be...
I mean, a good point about the water as well is that's another form of transport. Like, obviously, we never really had boats or anything like
boats
that.
Would be cool, I mean, it's obviously all speculation.
Even like, you know, straightforward rafts and...
Yeah, exactly, that would be cool. I mean, going back to the characters, I mean, we could even be an Indian in the game. That would be cool. I would be happy with that. But I don't want it to be like the first one where it's the Dying West. I want it to be the actual Wild West. It was called the Wild West for a reason, because it was wild. And going on your horse to go to the store, you could get murdered.
The thing I've always said about Rockstar games, it's always been they're always some of the parts games. Like, a lot of the mechanics aren't great, but it's the sheer scope of the mechanics that make the game great. You know what I mean? Like a Rockstar game, like, you know, GTA isn't the best shooting game.
No.
But you can do loads of other stuff. It's not the best driving game, but you can do loads of other stuff. But at this point, I'd like them to start making those things better. Yeah. So, like, I'd like it to have like quite a good combat system, because the punching in those games is just kind of, you just swing and whatever.
It is.
But it'd be brilliant if, you know, you could have like a kind of good action-packed kind of fight scene, and a ballroom brawl actually felt good.
that would be
like,
awesome.
that would be amazing.
And not quick time events. I mean, not that the Grand Theft Auto's ever done it,
but, you know, like, maybe like, you know, like an Arkham style fighting system or something, you know, like, you know, where you're like fighting and you can parry and block and
I mean, you
just
could
but make everything deeper, you know what I mean? Like the shooting could be so much better. You know what I mean?
You could sort of parry and duck in Grand Theft Auto 5, but again,
but it was very
and like when they connected the hits, it was very janky. But I know what you mean. It's just obviously everything we say is speculation, so we could just go big and say, well, we want this, we want this, we want this. But to me, I just want what it is, a Wild West game, but I just want it to be better. That the first one was bad. It was brilliant. I love it. I played it tons. But I just want it to be better. Like Grand Theft Auto 5, it got upscaled and it did look prettier, but I want this to not just look prettier, but I want it to play better.
It's like that whole thing. It's entirely in Rockstar's hands, because they know that they could release the exact same game told from maybe another character's perspective and not change a single mechanic, and we would still all go out and buy it.
Definitely day one.
You know what I mean? We'd still go out and buy it and play it and be happy. You know what I mean? But I just think they've got this opportunity to take it to, you know, a new level of greatness. It could be amazing. You know.
For me, Grand Theft Auto 3 blew me away. Yeah. As did Red Dead Redemption. That blew me away. Grand Theft Auto 4 was good. Grand Theft Auto 5 was good. But the need to blow me away again. The games are brilliant, but Grand Theft Auto 3 was the change from Grand Theft Auto, the top-down view, and it blew me away.
With GTA, with the trailer as well, is like a lot of people are blown away, but I was like, for me, it looked on par with GTA 5. It didn't look like leaps and bounds above it or anything.
Yeah. So that's what I want, and again, with the setting, I want it to be like the 1890 or even the 1880s, and I want it to be brutal. I want it to be the Wild West. That's what I want. And I'm not talking about Will Smith's Wild West. I'm talking about the actual Wild West.
Some wiki
wild west. Yeah, that's what I want from this. And I think Rockstar do it, like you said, they do everything well, but they don't do it great. And I think they've got the perfect opportunity to do that now with the combat, with the horses and stuff like that. I honestly believe that this game could actually blow away if it's done right, because Red Dead Redemption is Rockstar. For me, is Rockstar's best game. Grand Theft Auto 5 is brilliant. It looks brilliant, but Red Dead Redemption is that. I think it's
the most like surprisingly brilliant IP.
Yeah.
Because GTA is kind of a given that GTA is brilliant.
Yeah.
Because GTA has been so brilliant for so long. Red Dead kind of came out of nowhere because the first Red Dead Revolver was a good game, but it wasn't brilliant.
No, it wasn't.
Even at the time, it wasn't brilliant. It was just okay.
Yeah.
But Red Dead Redemption was like, whoa.
Yeah, I 100%
More played Cowboys and Indians with figures as a kid.
Yeah.
And this was like, wow, this is playing it more real than it'll ever be, you know what I mean? And it was brilliant.
It was.
So multiplayer.
Yes. Let's hope it has it. No, obviously it's gonna have it.
Of course it's gonna have it.
Yeah, Red Dead
money.
Online. Yeah, money. Yeah. Obviously I don't want it to be like Grand Theft Auto 5 online because it's monetized to fuck. Pardon my French. But I do want Red Dead Online. I do want it to be as good as it was in the first Red Dead Redemption.
Like we kind of said previously, like I kind of want more of build on what they've got. Like I previously on obviously the original Red Dead, you had the whole open world. Obviously want to keep that.
Yeah.
I like that you could pick a character. You could pick a character, and that's what your character looked like. But what I'd actually like is like the customization side of it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, with the customization side of things on Grand Theft Auto 5 is great. It's just I don't want to pay $36,000 for a T-shirt. You know what I mean? Because that's what you've got to do in Grand Theft Auto 5.
$20,000 for contacts.
Yeah, a contact lens for $20,000. It's
$20,000 for contact lens.
It's insane, and I do want that.
People will argue till they're blue in the face. Yeah, but if you just do some missions, you can get it. But you're just like, yeah, but the game's catered to always you losing that money.
Yeah, exactly.
To the detriment of fun. Like, there's a difference between, here's what you need to do and here's an end goal and here's a purpose. It's like, no, lose money so that you have to make more. Lose money so that you have to make more. Everything else extortionately priced, so you have to work really hard to get it. Or you could just buy a shark card.
Exactly, that's it. I
know that everyone goes, well, I've never bought a shark card. But obviously, your opinion doesn't really matter if you haven't bought a shark card to that extent. Like, I mean, not that your opinion doesn't matter, but you can't really comment on it too much. To say that in the defence, you just because you've never bought one, because millions of people have bought one, they made $1 billion on shark cards, which shows you a lot of people have bought it. And if you don't think the game's catered towards it, then you're wrong. Yeah. It's not like a grey area where it's like, well, you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to. But the game's so catered towards it that it encourages people to, and they do because $1 billion.
Yeah, exactly.
$1 billion worth have been sold because enough people have went. And people always, the scapegoat is, oh, well, it's just kids, isn't it? Like, kids spending their parents. And it will be, but there's also a lot of, like, say, adults who are like, I don't have the time to put in this many hours, so it's easier if I just pay for it. And I think that's going to carry over to Red Dead, and that scares us.
Terrifies me.
Because I just think it's not going to be.
No,
but like I say, if they put the customization in, that would be amazing. Yeah,
I want the customization side of things. Obviously, I don't want the ridiculous prices for a T-shirt or a pair of cowboy boots or whatever. But they are going to do it. They are going to put Red Dead Online the same as Grand Theft Auto Online because. If someone said to you, well, you'll make $1 billion if you sell these Cougar cards or whatever we'll call them, you would do it because everyone likes money. Yeah. But at the same time, you've got to think about your fan base. And I'm not talking about these kids who have got, endless supply of parents' money, or the adults who just want to enjoy themselves and buy whatever they want with real money. I'm talking about the people who will play it online, but, we're going to die. We're going to lose things. I mean, we're going to have horse insurance. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, that was the thing in the first game, obviously, when you first started, you hilariously had a donkey. Yeah. And then the high level, you got the better horses, you got like that. But we're going to have to pay to get the next stallion.
Exactly.
I'd rather be like, no, you have to go and find one in the wild and tame it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the taming mode from the first one was cool. Like, bring that back, you know what I mean? Give us real reasons to do things that make sense in that game world. Yeah.
Not just buy a horse for $2 million.
And I would like to say, we've talked about the heists. Like, I would like heists to carry over to an extent, because I would like to go and, like, say, rob a train and things like that.
Yeah.
But I would like it to be like, it's at my...
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing I would love. I would love if it was completely open world. So even to get into a game, it was a lot more seamless. Not like, jump to this lobby and wait, and then someone quits out and the game cancels. I'm like, no, just let it be seamless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Because, I mean, the amount of times you play GTA Online and you're just looking at the clouds.
But that's it. You're in a lobby waiting for people, and then when they join, then they quit and you're back in the clouds, and it's lobby clouds.
Yeah. And it doesn't even take your friend with you. Like, me and you will join a game, me and you, and then it leaves, and then we both get put in the clouds and then put into separate games.
Yeah.
Like, why? And then we have to re-invite each other and then join the lobby again.
Yeah,
it's
not. No,
it's not intuitive.
It's not at all. I want all of the good things from Grand Theft Auto Online, the open world, the customization. I want to be able to buy a shack or a farm, or I want all those things, but I don't want to be messing around with you, because I mean in Grand Theft Auto 5 we played Hatchet Joust. We made our own game up. We hit each other. We run towards each other with a hatchet, and whoever dies dies. But I don't want to be charged $250 or whatever it's going to be in game. I don't want to lose not real money, but in-game money when I die, because I'm going to die a lot, and it just feels like it's catered to that.
It's too much of a penalty, and to get that money takes a lot of time. Like, it doesn't seem fair both sides.
Yeah, exactly. Grand Theft Auto is marketed on the fact that you can do anything you want. Steal a car, blow up that car. But on Grand Theft Auto Online, it's, well, if you steal somebody else's car, kill someone, you're a bad sport. Well, no, it's Grand Theft Auto Online. Just don't charge me for blowing up that car. Don't charge them for blowing up the car.
Just have the car respawn.
Just have the car respawn. It's that simple.
The character respawns, so just have the car respawn.
Just no charge for any of it. Do you know what I mean? Yes, buying a house, you've got to earn some money to do it. That's fine. But I don't want a house for $7 million. And the only difference is it's higher up on an apartment block than the other one below it. To me, that's not fun. And 2-player heists as well. We've got one in Grand Theft Auto Online. I want all of the heists to be completely 2-player, even if it means it takes longer to do because you've got more things to set up to do. That's what I want.
Yeah, because you're not always going to have that. And it's the argument is like, well, there'll always be someone to play with. Yeah, but sometimes you want to play with someone who's competent.
Yeah, exactly.
How many times do we join a game and people just leave?
Yeah, they leave.
Because they die twice. They die twice. They're
upset
that they've died twice, so they leave.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I don't care that you died, like, because I'm happy you're just trying. At least we're getting to play.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're gonna leave, like, it kills the game, especially if that person's the host.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And then the game's over, and you're just like, oh well, come on.
I think it should be 2-player heists, and they said the heists are they're too hard to do 2-player. But I would rather take an extra hour of my day to do a heist with someone who's competent or with a friend. And they know that the end result is going to get them money.
People at all times, you know what I mean?
Especially on Grand Theft Auto Online. Yeah. But yeah, for me, online, I don't want it to be, even though it will be, I don't want it to be Shark Card or Cougar Card or whatever it's going to be. Whatever they're going to call it, I don't want it to be that. I want the customization to be affordable, a couple of $100 or bucks or whatever it's going to be. That's the same thing. But you know what I mean? Yeah. I just want
it. Same with like ammo and things like that. Like, I just think you should spawn with a full clip, like a full amount of ammo. Yeah. And then if you've run out, then you can go and buy more. But if you die, you should just respawn with that full amount of ammo again. Yeah. Because you shouldn't have to waste so much money on ammo.
It's it's not fun. They said it's not, in Rockstar's defense, they said it's not pay to win Grand Theft Auto Online. And it's not, because you unlock guns at levels. Yeah. But if you've got 7 million, you're going to buy 70 rockets. If I've got 1 million, I'm going to buy 3. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it is kind of pay to win, because I can kill 3 people, but that person can kill 70 because he's got more money. Yeah. And I don't want Red Dead Redemption to be that. I mean, yes, you will lose money in the game, but why? Why should you? Yeah. It makes no sense to me. That money you've earned, why should you lose that? You should keep it and spend it on what you want.
It's like we've thought about it before, but it's just like that whole... The game's never been that realistic. Yeah. And now it's getting too realistic to the point where it's not fun, like having to call an insurance company to get your car replaced. That isn't cool.
It's not.
That's just a chore. Like, and I'm like, I don't play games to do chores. Exactly. I play games to get away from chores.
And Grand Theft Auto Online, when it first was, the trailer released, I was like, that's amazing. That is what we wanted from Grand Theft Auto 4. Mm. But I've now come to realise that I enjoyed the online mode of Grand Theft Auto 4 on the free mode more than Grand Theft Auto 5. Yeah. Because, I mean, I used to play a game where you
just do what you like.
Yeah, exactly. I used to play a game where I would get into a helicopter with with two other people. Me and my friend would get in a helicopter with two other people, and then would fly to the top of a building, all get out, and we used to say, "Oh, there's an Easter egg up on here, and it unlocks an achievement." And then me and my friend would get back in the helicopter and fly and leave them on top of the building, and it would be like,
they had to make their own way off.
Yeah,
there was only one way.
Yeah, there's only one because there was no parachutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They had to die, and it was funny, and obviously it was a dick move. But in Grand Theft Auto Online, I wouldn't be able to do that because I would feel like a dick because they'd lose money for just having a laugh and. It's not fun.
I mean, like I say, Red Dead did so much right with so little.
Yeah.
But the things they just need to carry over some things. Like there wasn't much to do.
Yeah. So
just give them more stuff to do in the world.
Yeah.
That's more fun. You know, even just the little stuff like the gang attacks and stuff. They just have that. So you go to a certain cove and there's a bunch of bandits there, and you can go and kill them, claim the bounty, and that kind of thing. Just give them more stuff to do. But just give her what my personal thing is, like, I always played on hardcore, and I'm not a hardcore gamer at all. It's just the auto aim makes it so easy to kill someone. Yeah, it was just like you were literally spawning and people were shooting you, and it was like you haven't even aimed at us. You've like press left trigger and it's locked onto us.
And you've just
I used to play hardcore, and it was like when someone headshotted us, I'd be like running on a horse, and the headshot, I wasn't even mad. I was like, that's an amazing shot. I can't believe you got us. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like that's cool. And similarly, when I got someone, I felt a better sense of achievement of getting
because you wait for it
because I had to actually like aim at them and stuff. Whereas just like I couldn't play the normal free mode because I stopped doing it in GTA 4 as well because it was just like you were being killed all the time because people were just locking onto you, and before you've even had a chance to turn around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's just like I don't mind losing gunfights, but when I lose every single gun, not every single. I lose the majority, and it's not really a skill gap. It's it's an aimbot basically.
I get that. Yeah, I do.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
so I'd like it to be more, especially with the rifles anyway. Like I think if you're using a sniper rifle, you shouldn't have any aim assist.
No, not at all. I mean, I agree with what you're saying, and. Like again, like you said, the biggest fear is it's going to be Grand Theft Auto 5 online, and sadly, I do believe it's going to be, because it makes the money, and who doesn't love money? But at the same time, it's not going to be fun. And Red Dead Redemption for me, like I said, was the best. It is the best Rockstar game, and I love the online mode. I sunk hours into it because it was just driving around and shooting people, and even the death matches and stuff. I did play them, but I did like the free mode where I just ran around and shot people, and. I want that back, but I don't want the penalty of losing $250 every time I die.
Thanks for watching.